What's up guys, welcome back to the channel from the ball review. Today we're going to look at the new release by Roto, the Optimum Idle Pearl. With the release of the Optimum Idle, which features the Icon core with the AI technology wrapped around in that core, they've decided to come out with a Pearl version. Now the solid version for me was very slow with that Microtrack solid cover on it, along with a stronger core for a symmetrical piece. Now this one they're using the same core, and then now they're using the same cover that was on the Exotic Gem, the Microtrack's Pearl, which for me the Exotic Gem was very usable, a strong asymmetrical ball, but with the Pearl version of it instead of the solid, where the Gem was very early, very rolly for me, so I really didn't use it a lot. But the Exotic Gem I used a lot in league. So with this release, with this Pearl cover, since the Optimum Idle was very slow for me, I wanted to test out the Pearl version, because I know the Pearl version can give me a little more length, but it should be, since it is a strong cover, it should be a little bit smoother down lane. Now, how did I drill this ball? Since the other, with the Summit line, I did go pin-ups. I wanted to, some people were saying this was closer to original Gem, so closer to original Zen. The first Zen I drilled, we did a longer pin placement. It really helped me get the ball down lane for that strong symmetrical piece that had a strong Pearl cover. So on this one, I went 4 3/4 by 4 3/4 by 3.5 VLS layout. So it does have with the longer pin buffer, it gets it closer to my fingers. So it should, in a sense, be earlier on the lane, but be smoother down lane. And I'm hoping with the Pearl cover, it's going to be a little bit quicker, even though it's stronger. And today I'm going to compare the balls, just like I did my last video with Summit Ascent. We're going to go a stronger ball, stronger asymmetrical ball, which I have the Harsh Reality Pearl. Check out my video on my page for how that ball rolled for me, which that's one I'm really liking. It's very similar to the Exotic Gem for me, because it is a stronger asymmetrical piece with a stronger Pearl cover. And also we're going to compare it to another symmetrical piece that I like, the Summit Peak. Now the Summit Peak has a different layout on it, more higher pin, so that ball will get down the lane and be a little more quicker off the end of the pattern than this one. I want to take time to thank Pin Chasers Veterans for allowing me to come out here and do my videos. And without further ado, let's get on the lanes and throw some shots. Now with this one, it's going to be a little bit different. I am going to start farther right. We are here in the morning. This is a fresher house shot, so this is not an ideal ball that I'm going to use for this condition, but we're just going to see how it works. All right, not bad. After standing around a little bit, make sure before we get into this, you do that thing. You hit that like, subscribe, turn on the bell for notifications. You know my content hits the internet. And that was a very good shot, right down and in, kind of like what I like to do in my videos. Play a little bit to the right in the drive for this house shot. It got down the lane and it was kind of slow. It wanted to be quick because of the Pearl cover, but it wasn't as quick as I'm thinking it should be. All right. There we go. One more shot. Not bad. Looking like from my video with the Summit Ascent, looks like this ball, I picked the right layout on it as well, especially on the fresh house shot. I moved a little bit left compared to the last shot, and it did get a little quicker down lane because I was a little bit more oil. So I'm going to keep on throwing shots and moving a little bit left to see if I can test the limits of this ball for me. Not bad. Came around that one a little bit, threw it more to the right. It's set up nice, but you see after 3 shots, the ball is already getting a little earlier, a little smoother down lane. So I'm gonna see what we have to do. Let me throw another shot. Now I haven't changed the surface on this ball at all. It's right out of box. So that way I kept the polish on it because it is a stronger symmetrical. So I wanted to make sure to keep some of the polish on it. Oh, bad one. Bad one. Nothing like them turning on the lanes when I'm trying to video. That's all right. Got a little distracted with all the lanes coming on. Yeah. All right, one more time. We're going to switch over to the Harsh Reality and see how much stronger that ball is. Now that all the lanes are turned on, I might be able to concentrate now. All right, let me throw a better shot. All right, that was a little left. You can see that because of the stronger core and cover, it is kind of not skidding down the lane as far. It's not like revving up as quick as maybe when I was throwing the Summit Ascent the other day on the other side of the house. So I'm going to switch over the Harsh Reality Pearl and see how much stronger that ball is. It should be because of the big asymmetrical strong cover that's on it, but we're going to go out here and see. All right, so we're going to stay in the same spot as that last one. Try to play right around second arrow with this. It should be early and slow, but we're going to see. even though it is a pearl cover. Not bad. Not bad at all. I moved a little bit more in the oil, threw it a little more left to right. Compared to the last shot that I threw with the Optimum Pearl, that ball was kind of skating in the front. It really didn't rev up in a sense, so the revolutions weren't as fast in the beginning of the lane, where on this Harsh Reality Pearl it was. I mean, they both have the AI technology in both cores, so it's supposed to help with the continuation down lane towards the pins. And from what I'm seeing so far in both of these, that's what I'm getting. All right, one more shot with this, and then we'll throw the Summit Peak and see how different that is, because the pin's a lot higher. Yeah, a little softer, a little more left to right, but it's digging in, it's getting into the pocket, kind of like with the absolute parity for me when I was doing the Summit Ascent video. All right, I'm going to throw the Summit Peak and see how different, kind of focus on those two and see how different the two symmetrical balls are. One with even though the core numbers are the same for both of those, how a stronger pearl cover compares to a weaker pearl cover. That's the TX23 Pearl that's on the Summit Peak. Okay, so let's go back to the Optimum first, throw this a couple times, and then we'll throw the Summit Peak. So far I'm liking it. I think I picked the right layouts for the last couple balls, so we're doing pretty good. Not bad. It's cutting right through the oil. It's kind of what you want a big, stronger, symmetrical pearl cover. Wow, it's cutting right through the oil with a stronger symmetrical core, but a stronger pearl cover. All right, one more time with the eyes on idle, and then we'll switch. Now with this drilling, I'm not going to go a lot of left to right with it, because it's going to want to be a little earlier. So if I get into more oil with it, it might skate too much, but we're going to see that when I move left in a few minutes. Yep, there it is. It's getting lazy down lane. That cover's taking over down lane. The lanes are transitioning, so it is wanting to start earlier because of the core, and the pearl cover is stronger, but you see I'm getting a little over under now. It's not digging in the dry like it did with the first couple shots. Now let me throw the Summit Peak and see how different that ball is. This is the second Summit Peak that I've drilled. The one that's in my video is a different layout. It's closer to what's on that Optimum Pearl, but it was with my old specs where my PAP was. This is with my newer one. So I went 5 by 5 by 2 on this Summit Peak to help me with the longer patterns. I have a stronger ball in the mid lane with a weaker pearl cover to get down the lanes. It kind of in place of where the Phase 5 was, or the Zen Gold label. All right, let's see what it does here today. Same spot, I'm not gonna move yet. Yeah, you can see with that higher pin placement and with the weaker cover, with the higher pin placement, you can see it revving up quicker than the Optimum Pearl did, because with that lower pin number, it wants to, in a sense, delay, what people call a delay with a pin down, and it doesn't want to do it as early as it's going down lane as what the Summit Peak did. I'm gonna throw that one more time. All right, that one was a bad one. I got it more in the oil compared to the last one was in the dry a little earlier. And you can see even with the weaker pearl cover, it's just skating. And even though it had the higher pin placement, it really didn't dig in and make its turn like it should. So yeah, let's go back to the Optimum Pearl and start moving a little bit left and kind of get a gauge of, as I'm moving left, which ball I'm going to be able to use as I move left, whether it's going to be the Summit Peak or the Harsh Reality Pearl. Now with me bowling by myself, the lanes are transitioning, but not as fast as they would if you were like in a league setting. So for example, this ball, the way I drilled it, because I had the Summit Peak last year, was drilled similar to this. This is probably going to be maybe my first game ball for my league when I bowl in the second shift league on Tuesday night. But it's a different year. We're not sure. I'm not sure if maybe this cover is going to be too strong or not. But we're going to test it out when league starts next week. All right, we're going to move more left, kind of go slower, come around it, and see if I can get the ball to come off the dry a little quicker, or if it's still too slow. That's nice. That's nice. I got a strong symmetrical piece with a stronger pearl cover, and I'm able to get it we'll go a little left to right slower, and it's pretty much blending out the wet dry right now for the house shot, which I'm liking. All right, move a little more left. Same thing though, I'm gonna go slow, come around it, kind of get it, let it shape by itself, not try to make it shape. Oh, that's a bad one. Yeah, that one I grabbed and it really came around it, and it's still cut through down lane. All right, for one I've seen, it's almost there. It's like close. I could probably repeat shots, but I have to make sure I throw it right. Now, since I moved into more oil, the Harsh Reality Pearl should be the ball I'm gonna use. So let's see. And it is. Nice, I moved more oil, rolled it, cutting through the oil, getting to the end of the pattern, coming off the dry nice and smooth. So right now, the more I throw the ball, it's probably gonna I'll go get a little bit quicker down lane, but it could be just nice and slow every time I throw. I'm gonna throw it one more time. Okay. Oh, way out there. Not bad. Bigger asymmetrical ball, stronger pearl cover. I can move left, throw right. Kind of that one, since I got it farther right down the lane compared to the last shot, it did come off the dry, but it wasn't quick. It wasn't very fast. It was very round. So right now, even for how I'm bowling right now in this house shot, that ball's a little too strong for right now. I could use it for a little bit, but I'm gonna have to get out of it. So now let's throw the Summit Peak in there and see if that ball can create the same shape or if it's gonna be quicker down lane compared to the Harsh Reality Pearl. Now it should be with the higher pin placement. It should want to dig in and be quicker down lane off the dry than the Optimum Idol Pearl. Oh, got it way out there. Messengers, baby. I'm throwing shrapnel everywhere today. That's what I'm talking about. And you can see, and it was throwing the same shots, right? Optimum Idol Pearl was kind of a little wiggly because the pin down and wants to delay, so it needs enough dry to get it to do its shape. The Harsh Reality Pearl, bigger, stronger ball, has a pin-up layout similar to what I have on the Summit Peak. So it wants to dig in with the stronger core, stronger pearl cover, and it's it's rounder when I do that. And then the Summit Peak with the weaker TX23 pearl cover on it, it gets down the lane a little farther, still revving up because the core is strong, but then it's coming off the dry a lot harder. All right, we're gonna go back to Optimum Idol Pearl. It's gonna move a little bit left so I can show you guys what happens when I do get into more oil with that more of a pin down type of layout for my rev rate, and then we'll wrap this up. Okay, so farther left, I'm really gonna be slow and kind of come around it because I needed the shape down line, but with the oil in the front, it might not grab like it should compared to the last two balls. Really came around that one. It did, not bad. I did come around that one a lot more than I wanted to, but it did. That one pretty much blended the wet dry pretty good. So, but like I said, Harsh Reality Pearl is too strong right now. Either one of these two symmetricals are looking pretty good if I was bowling league right here, right now. All right, let's go farther left. Try not to come around it as much as I did that last one. A little less than that. Still, I'm testing the limits of the ball, and you can see that one was really slow. So with the lower pin placement, it's really delayed. It really doesn't want to get into a roll and rev up as fast as I'd like it to compared to what the Summit Peak does. All right, one more shot, we'll wrap this up. Back to my normal way though, I'm gonna throw it down and in like I want to. Move a little left though compared to where I started because I did have, the lanes are probably transitioning. And they are. I went straighter with that one and a little firmer and straighter, and the ball never dug in. That's the problem with that bigger pin buffer. So you can't end on that. Can't end on a 2-pin. The deuce. All right, one more time. Throw a good shot. Not throw it so hard and straight. Let me roll it, give it time to shape. And there you go, guys. All right, that's my ball review on the new release by Roto. The Optimum Idol Pearl was in your pro shops on August 23rd, along with the Summit Ascent. Two pretty good pieces. This one looks like bubblegum. That one smells like cream soda. make sure you do that thing. Hit that like, subscribe, turn on that bell for notifications so you know my content hits the internet. And we got more balls coming out, so more ball reviews in the future. All right, thanks for watching. Peace out.